Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on how to activate single and double entry voucher in Tally. From the gateway of Tally, go to accounting voucher, press enter. Now we are in accounting voucher creation screen. Press F12 to access payment configuration screen. Now locate use single entry mode for payment, receipt, contra. Make this no to activate double entry. Now save the screen. Now we are in double entry voucher screen. We are going to enter a transaction which is office expense rupees 5000. Office electricity 2500. Press enter, and the credit aspect cash. We are paying cash for this expense, so the total amount is 7500. And now save the screen. While entering, you might have noticed debit aspect is entered after BY and credit aspects entered after 2, which is the symbol of debit and credit. VY is the symbol of debit and 2 is the symbol of credit. You can use DR and CR instead of VY and TO because some people are confused with Y and 2. To do this, go to configuration screen again by pressing F12 and locate use CRDR instead of TO VY during entry. Make this to yes and save the screen. Now you can see DR CR instead of TO VY. Now let's learn single entry. Again go back to gateway of Tally. Now again go to configuration screen by pressing F12. Now use single entry mode for payment, receipt, contra. Make it to S. Now we are in single entry mode. At the top of the voucher, just after account, select the credit aspect. Here it is cash. We are paying cash, so select it there. If you are entering receipt and contra voucher, debit aspect should be entered. Now choose the expense ledger of the debit aspects. In this way, you can enter number of similar nature transactions in a single voucher screen. This type of voucher is called single entry voucher. So we have completed both double entry and single entry. Thank you for watching. Sale entry in Tally. Sale transaction may cash sale or credit sale. The purpose of sale voucher in Tally is to record cash and credit sale transactions. We can start with sale entry in an accounts only company. Let's change the current company to accounts only mode. Go to company info menu by clicking company info button or press Alt F3. Then go to Alt, select company, press enter to locate maintain accounts only. Press enter and save the screen. Press escape to come back to gateway of Tally. Now ABC Limited is in accounts only mode. To enter a sale transaction, go to accounting voucher, then click on sale button on the right hand side or press F8 from your keyboard. Now we are in sale voucher. In accounts only mode, we can enter only accounts invoice. Accounts invoice is an invoice in which we can bill accounts ledger. For example, a consultant can bill consulting charges in accounts invoice mode. Consulting charges is an income ledger. Let's enter the sale transaction. Consulting fee ₹5,000 billed to A and Company. This is a service invoice. The journal for the transaction is A and Company account letter to consulting fee. Type the reference number if any. Here, party account name is A and Company. This is the supplementary details. We will discuss this later. Press Ctrl A to save this screen. Ctrl A. Now, under particulars, select consulting fee, which is the income ledger. We are charging consulting charges to A and Company. Amount 5,000. Type narration if any. Press enter and save the screen. You might have noticed as voucher button on the right button panel here. By clicking on it, change to as invoice button. Let's see what is this. We can check it with the previous voucher. Press page up button to edit previous sale voucher. This bill is in invoice mode. By clicking as voucher button, the voucher has changed to double entry mode. This is called voucher mode. By clicking again, it has changed to invoice mode. Again, voucher mode. In voucher mode, we cannot enter any income ledger. Here, consulting fee can be entered only if you enabled allow income accounts in sales voucher by pressing F12. This must be yes here, then only you can enter consulting fee in voucher mode. So we have already enabled it. Now press enter, select consulting fee and save the screen. Now let's see item invoice. This feature is only available in companies enabled for accounts with inventories. Let's change the company to accounts with inventory mode. Press escape to come back to Gateway of Tally. Go to company info menu by clicking company info button, then alter, select company, locate maintain, select accounts with inventory mode, press enter and save the screen. Press escape to come back to Gateway of Tally. Now ABC Limited is in accounts with inventory mode. Let's see what is item invoice. Go to accounting voucher. By default, Tally shows item invoice in accounts with inventory mode. The current voucher is item invoice. By clicking this button, account invoice, voucher has changed to account invoice. Account invoice we have learned in accounts only mode by entering consulting fee. Same is available in accounts with inventory mode also. Item invoice where we can enter stock item instead of ledger account. This button is the switcher between accounts invoice and item invoice. Let's enter a sale transaction of Sony TV. Sold Sony Bravia 15-inch for ₹18,000. The transaction is a cash sale. Change the date if required. Type the reference number if any. Party here cash sale. So select cash. In supplementary details or party details, we will discuss this later. Press Ctrl A to save the screen. Now select the sale ledger. Here we are selling TV, so TV sale. Name of item Sony Bravia 15-inch quantity 1, rate 18,000 and total amount is 18,000, calculated automatically. Now press enter and type narration if any. Press enter and save the screen. Here also you can see as voucher, as invoice button. Press page up to edit the previous voucher. Now let's see what is this. Click as voucher. Now the voucher has changed to double entry mode. Here also you can enter item, quantity, amount, etc. First enter to save in voucher mode. So we have completed sale voucher entry in Tally. Lot of advanced features of sale voucher we'll learn in coming lessons, like configuration settings. The payment voucher in Tally. Payment voucher is used to account all payment transactions. Payment transaction may be cash payment or bank payment. Cash payment is the settlement of transactions immediately through cash, whereas bank payment is the settlement through check or online payment like RTGS, NEFT, etc. Let's enter some payment transactions. We are going to enter these transactions. Stationery purchased for ₹500 and this amount paid by main cashier. And second one, courier charges paid ₹20, amount paid by petty cashier. And third one, tea expense ₹10 paid by petty cashier. As you know, payment voucher also can be entered in single and double entry mode. So we are going to enter these transactions into double entry mode. Before doing this, let's journalize these transactions. The journal entry for this transaction is stationery account at ₹500, courier charges account at ₹20, the expense account at ₹10, to main cash ₹500 as stationery paid by main cashier, and again to petty cash ₹30, courier charges and the expense paid by petty cashier. That is why. Now let's enter the transaction. From the gateway Tally, go to accounting voucher. Now click on F5 payment button or use shortcut key F5 to access payment voucher. The current voucher screen is in single entry mode. To change this to double entry mode, press F12. Now we are in configuration screen. Just enter and locate use single entry mode for payment receipt contra. Make this to no and save the configuration screen. Now double entry mode activated. Enter all the debit here. Stationery ₹500. Enter narration if required. Again courier charges ₹20. Again debit, the expense ₹10, and credit aspect, main cashier paid ₹500 as main cash balance decreases by ₹500, and finally the petty cashier paid ₹30 for courier charges and the expense, and enter narration. And save the screen. So double entry payment voucher completed. Now payment transaction in single entry mode. The example transaction is check issued to Ambuja Cement for ₹1,50,000 through check number 456245, and the bank is SBI account number 651. The journal for this transaction is Ambuja Cement account data to SBI account 651, ₹1,50,000 each. To enter this transaction in single entry mode, again press F12 to change the mode, voucher entry mode, and locate use single entry mode for payment receipt contra. Make this to yes. Now save the screen by pressing Ctrl A or continue to press enter key. Now we are in single entry payment voucher. Type the credit aspect here, SBI. The credit is SBI account number 651. and debit aspect Ambuja Cement 1,50,000 amount. Now we are in bank allocation screen. Enter instrument number 456245 and the check date, closing using a contra and enter. Type narration here. And save the screen. So we have completed both double entry and single entry. Hope you got an idea about how to enter payment voucher, receipt voucher in Tally. To record all receipts into cash or bank account is the purpose of receipt voucher. Receipts are classified into two: cash receipt and bank receipt. Cash receipt are the transaction which received through cash, whereas bank transaction received through check, DD or online transfer like RTGS, NEFT, etc. Now let's enter two transactions into receipt voucher. One is in single entry mode and another one is in double entry mode. Let's start. From the gateway of Tally, go to accounting voucher. Press F6 or click on receipt button on the right button panel. Now we are in receipt voucher. The first transaction is cash received from Asia Pacific rupees 15,000. Before entering it into Tally, let's journalize this transaction. Cash account letter to Asia Pacific. Debit cash as it is coming into the business. Credit Asia Pacific as they are the giver. Now I am going to enter the transaction into double entry mode. The current voucher is in single entry mode. To change this to double entry mode, press F12 or click on configuration button. In the configuration screen, go to use single entry mode for payment receipt contra, make this to no, and save the screen by pressing enter, or you can use Ctrl A. The current screen is in double entry mode. Now change the date by pressing F2 or click on date button on the right button panel. Enter the credit aspect of transaction just after 2. 2 is the symbol of credit. Here Asia Pacific is the credit aspect and amount and the debit aspect here just after BY. Press enter. Write narration here. Press enter to save the screen. Some people are confused with the to and by, the debit and credit symbol, and they want it in DRCR instead. In such case, we can change this. Press N or click on no to come back to edit receipt voucher. Now press F12 and locate use DRCR CRDR instead of TOBY during entry. Make this clear and save the screen. Now we can use DRCR instead of to by. Credit is Asia Pacific and debit is cash. Press enter and save the screen. So that's all for double entry receipt voucher. Now let's enter the transaction. Amount transferred through NEFT rupees 50,000 by Ambuja Cement to our SBI account number 651 in single entry mode. To change the voucher mode to single entry, press F12 again and locate single entry mode for payment receipt contra. Make this to yes and save the screen. So this is the single entry receipt voucher. The next step is to journalize the transaction. The journal entry will be SBI account number 651 letter to Ambuja Cement rupees 50,000 each. Debit bank as bank balance increases and Ambuja Cement is the giver, so credit Ambuja Cement. In single entry receipt voucher, debit should be always here, just after account. So here debit is SBI account number 651. Now the credit aspect, Ambuja Cement. Type the amount here, press enter. Now we are in bank allocation for SBI account number 651. The first field is received from Ambuja Cement. The name populated automatically. The transaction type, here it is interbank transfer. Ambuja Cement transferred amount from ICICI Bank, and the next amount field would be 50,000. Instrument number or any reference number if any, here, and the instrument date if any, bank name ICICI, then branch control. Type narration, press enter and save the screen. As you know, Tally provides so many voucher entry screens to facilitate and speed up data entry work. Today we are going to learn voucher entry in contra voucher. Contra voucher is a special voucher which is used to move funds within the company or business. The possible for contra entry in accounting are cash deposited in bank, cash withdrawn from bank, fund transferred to one bank account to another, cash transferred from one cash account to another. All these mentioned transactions are just a replacing of fund from one location to another. These kind of transactions have no effect in business result, I mean profit or loss. So we are going to enter some contra voucher as shown in the screen. We are going to enter these 4 transactions. To do this, go to accounting voucher. Now we are in accounting voucher creation screen in payment voucher. Press F4 or click contra button to access contra voucher. The current voucher is in double entry mode. We are changing it to single entry mode by pressing F12 and locate use single entry mode for payment receipt contra. Make this to yes. And save the screen. So we are in single entry mode. So let's enter the first entry. Cash deposited in SBI account number 651 rupees 1 lakh. Change the date if required. The journal for the transaction is SBI account letter to cash. As the bank balance increases and cash balance decreases. So enter the debit here, phone number 651. In contra voucher single entry mode, always enter debit just after account. This should be debit always. Now the credit aspect, which is cash, and amount here, that is 1 lakh, and narration. Now save the screen. Now we are going to enter the second one. Cash withdrawn from SBI account number 651 rupees to 25,000. The journal for the entry is cash account letter to SBI account. As the cash balance increases and bank balance decreases. Change the date. Now the debit should be here and credit SBI amount 25,000. Then narration. and save the screen. Now we are going to enter the rest 2 in double entry mode. Double entry mode is useful while entering compound entry. In our example, third one is a compound entry. Cash transferred from SBI account number 651 to Axis Bank, account number 451, and IOB account number 851, rupees 25,000 each. So we are transferring money from SBI account to IOB and Axis Bank account. So the compound journal entry for the transaction is Axis Bank account data, IOB Bank account data to SBI Bank account. That is because the balance of Axis Bank and IOB Bank increases by rupees 25,000 each, and the balance of SBI account decreases by 50,000 rupees. So we are going to change in double entry mode by pressing F2. Now locate use single entry mode for payment receipt contra, make this to no. Take the screen. Now we are in double entry mode. So just after 2, which is the symbol of credit, here we are crediting SBI rupees 50,000 and by IOB Bank increases by 25,000. Again Axis Bank increases by 25,000. Now here type narration and finally save the screen. Finally, the last transaction, cash given for petty cashier. So here cash moving from main cashier to petty cashier. So the journal will be petty cash account data to cash. Cash means main cash account. Petty cash account increases and main cash account decreases. So credit main cash account by 15,000 and debiting petty cash account 15,000 and direction. If you hope this tutorial is helpful, thank you for watching.